We have a new world to conquer. You make me sick.
Leave me alone, please.
Hiding in the shadows. Hiding from who you truly are.
No.
You can't escape yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Jake, and this is North Idaho. Today I wanted to do a quick rundown on my helmet, so let's get right into that. First off, the reason I have a helmet is primarily as a host for my night vision and thermal setup. I have night vision and thermal for hunting and navigating at night undetected, and hanging out with my buddies who also run nods, but mainly hunting. I use the nods for navigation and then thermal for detecting targets. I ride at night with my Sur, and you need nods to kind of see where you're going, see headlights in the distance, and makes it a little bit easier than just using the untrained human eye. I ride my e-bike under nods, and that's one of the most exciting things you can do. If you get an opportunity to ride a dirt bike at night with night vision, do it, because it's truly living. Okay, starting off, I have the scrim, and I'll put links to everything in the description below. My snow scrim, I run just on top of everything, kind of a quick attach scrim, whereas this is more of a permanent scrim. It'll take maybe 30 seconds, a minute to take off, integrated into the helmet more for long-term use. The snow scrim you can just throw on, take off if there's heavy snow, just like your overweights. It's on a Team Wendy X-Fill bump. I like the Team Wendy. It's super light, and their retention system is really comfortable. You need a decent retention system, or the helmet's just going to be flip-flopping around and break your neck when you're doing stuff. Up on the front of the helmet, my night vision setup, I have mounted to an Argus. I believe it's the A4, an Argus night vision mount. It's basically a skeletonized Wilcox G24 clone, but way cheaper, so I recommend Argus. Go check them out. No, they did not sponsor the video, just not going to rob you when you're trying to get into this stuff. My night vision is just a standard PVS 14. I bought from a friend. I have no idea what brand it is. It's PVS 14 brand with a Elbit white phosphor tube, Gen 3. I don't mess around with Gen 2 stuff because it's just a waste of money, basically. The thermal is an AGM Sting IR. It's an awesome little tiny compact unit with HD resolution, so you're getting a ton of performance out of just almost nothing. You can have it bumped out of the way and just run the PVS 14, or you can try to run both simultaneously if you're smart enough. It's like 50-50 whether or not my brain chooses to overlay the images, or whether I'm just basically running the night vision and then looking at the thermal sometimes. The Ear Pro are also clones. These are Peltor clones. You can find them on Amazon. You're going to save a bunch of money there. I have a buddy who's taken them apart and told me that they are directly just clones of Peltor. So if you want to save more money, check out the Peltor or Comtac clones. And again, I have this scrim. I believe in running helmet scrim, helmet ghillies, because your helmet is going to be the most exposed object and simultaneously the most important thing on your body. So you might as well camouflage your helmet a bunch, paint your lid, run some scrim, make sure it is not super easily detectable. You know, if I'm just running around with a tan helmet out here, or even a white helmet, it's going to pop. Whereas if you're going to run some 3D camouflage, it's going to help you blend into your surroundings a lot better. Over here I have an Echo Arms Velcro light mount. They were the first people who made the simple Velcro patch mount for lights, and then a bunch of people copied them, so check out Echo Arms. for a cool Velcro light mount, and on that I have an in-force weapon mounted light. This is both white and IR for quick emergency white light, which I have used in training when my batteries went out on my rifle light.
Get down! Get down! Drop the gun!
And then IR for if you need supplementary illumination when you're running your nods. I also run it when I'm riding my Suron, so I don't crash into stuff. The head-mounted light helps you see bumps and stuff in the road. So I used to run a tiny little Princeton Tech red light, but I didn't use it enough, so I had a helmet audit, and that didn't make the cut, so I took it off. On the back, I have a pouch that I sewed myself. It's just big enough to fit a 20-round mag, which I have a 20-round mag loaded inside of that for a counterweight. You got to run a counterweight, or your helmet's going to be pulling forward the whole time, and you're going to get a horrible kink in your neck after just probably 1 or 2 nights out. So definitely run a counterweight if you have anything on the front that has any weight to it. There's a bunch of counterweight options out there, but you should get a sewing machine if you're into custom gear or just gear in general, because you can save a bunch of money just making stuff yourself. I have my down lead for my comms for my headset routed around the counterweight under the bungees back here, so I can pull that out and run it if needed. Otherwise, it's out of the way. Inside, I just have the stock Team Wendy helmet pads. I'm looking to upgrade though, so if you know any cool helmet pad companies, please drop them in the comments below, because I've been running stock pads for maybe 10 years. So you can run them, it's just, I don't know, you tell me, are upgraded pads worth it? You let me know in the comments, guys. Back to the night vision, I have the thermal and the night vision mounted to an Arcane bridge. The Arcane bridge is 3D printed, and it's a lot more affordable than a lot of the other bridges out there on the market. And it's universal. You can run it with 2 night vision devices, 2 thermals, 1 of each, anything. It comes in a kit that has anything to mount anything onto it, so definitely recommend checking out Arcane. There's little dovetails on the units that allow each device to come out individually. As for running the Fusion night vision thermal setup, I don't know. I'm going to run it for a couple more months and see if I'm sold on it. I think the future is integrated thermal with dual night vision tubes, because having just one night vision device on one eye definitely eliminates some of your depth of field. And I usually notice that mainly when I'm riding, when you're bobbing 45 miles an hour down a trail in the dark, you got one eye. you realize that 2 is better than 1 is none, 2 is 1. So yeah, I mean, if you have the money, get your integrated thermal, but this definitely works, the 1 of each. It works, it's just not the best. So hopefully some companies out there come out with something that doesn't cost a donated kidney to try to obtain. This lanyard, you want to run that's the last thing, you want to please run an emergency lanyard connected to your whatever you got up front, whether it's just a cheap Psionics or $60,000 quads. Please run a safety lanyard on that stuff, because if it's dark or you're out doing something and you bump your button and that shit falls and breaks, dude, you're gonna have big regrets. So emergency lanyard, this is the Low Pro lanyard on your optics. Run that or you're an idiot, honestly. One last thing I forgot to mention is I recommend running adjustable irises on your night vision, because not only is it a sacrificial lens, but it also provides a quick adjustment. As you change the size of the aperture, it brings things closer to you into focus without having to adjust the primary infinity adjustment knob. So basically just a high-speed focus adjustment. And I also wanted to add, for those of you interested, that the weight of the helmet without the nods and bridge is 4 pounds, 1.3 ounces. And with the nods and bridge is 5 pounds, 8.7 ounces. That about sums it up though, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to answer them in the comments. And remember not to just buy this stuff to look cool. Buy what you need for what you're doing. If you're gonna go raid Osama bin Laden's compound, then panos make sense. But if you're just gonna watch the stars with your girlfriend, then maybe just like 2 PVS 14s. For hunting, this hybrid setup works without spending too much money. I have experience. I've dropped some animals running this setup. Also a thermal scope, so I don't have a ton of experience engaging with a infrared laser on animals. Tons of targets, yes, but I've never killed anything with an IR laser, so I would recommend a dedicated thermal optic if hunting's your gig. Tag me in your helmet setups. I want to see what you're building. It's like my addiction to scroll your guys' gun builds and helmet builds and all that stuff. So otherwise, I'll see you guys soon. I'm going to be dropping a backpack video here pretty quick, and yeah, let me know what you want to see next. That about sums it up though, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Just a reminder that you guys are the sole sponsors of this channel besides my own pockets, so if you want to see better stuff on this, check out my Patreon and share my stuff with your friends and try to grow the page that way. But I love you guys. Take it easy. Today I want to do a quick rundown on my head out. I wanted to do a rundown on my helmet for you, so that's what we're doing today.